Wilde, Tausch, and Thomas, although now with Joe added in the mix, it should be Thomas, Tausch, and the other guy.
What about Jelly?
Producers don't get billing at all, even though we consider him an important piece of the team.
Yeah, we do.
Barb is his favorite character. Is her favorite character. Is
Jesse, can you apologize to me? Did that not go over about as well as you could have ever imagined?
It was fantastic.
And we were so, Joe. We're intelligent enough that we could actually push a button and say caller number.
I'm surprised
Can't
myself.
turn on your mic, though.
Well, I don't usually have to do that. I don't.
A good
just
producer does that
yell
for him, but
vulgarities into the mic like you guys do randomly. So usually I just leave it all the way on. I mean, This is a fully transparent life here.
Let it rip.
Let her rip.
I agree.
I'm surprised with myself because I respect Jesse Nelson to the highest authority. And when he tells me I can't do something, I'm really questioning myself and my abilities.
Wasn't it fun to just recapture that, you're playing, you can't block this, you can't. Jesse did that, and you just shoved it up his you-know-what.
I felt it in the moment.
Yes.
I felt that greatness coming back into my body. And
I saw the excitement when you got to caller 69.
Well, I don't ever talk to anybody on the phone like that anymore. And there was some real highlights in there. 6'7".
That was really
children.
good. The
that was
6'7" is a big hit with our kids. I know that.
Continuing to try to destroy that fun for my children by using it as much as possible.
It's almost be dead by
It is,
now.
but I heard the next one's 4-1.
Yeah, I know.
Which I'm like, okay, how long can this last? But
we
hey,
could
they're
figure
kids.
out how to ruin that.
Yeah,
too.
we'll just start using that one. But no, that was great. Thanks for allowing us to do that, Jesse, and thanks for not believing in us. Because really, if you want a couple NFL Hall of Famers to be able to do something, you tell us we can't.
Tell us we can't do something, and look at how we went. We could have went to 145 and been no problem.
My sources tell me that this will be available as a digi only at some juncture.
Everything is digi only at this point, isn't it?
Well, actually, for a while there, we weren't digi.
Yeah, we literally, this is one of our worst digi performances in a while, thanks to our software crashing, but I think we're back.
There's a lot of traffic. A lot of feed traffic there.
All right, Joseph, put your NFL analyst cap on again. Because the Packers are 6-3-1. They're in second place in the NFC North behind the, of all people, Chicago Bears, who are 7-3, and what are they? A game ahead in the loss column, Tausch, on the Detroit Lions, who are 6-4. So as you look at the Green Bay Packers, a team that I tried very hard to get you traded to when there was talk about you being traded to the Broncos, what do you see? And what would concern you if you were Matt LaFleur?
Well, what concerns me is some of the fundamental issues that the offense is having. Obviously, your defense is championship caliber. They're top-notch. That addition of Micah Parsons has elevated them from a good defense to one of the best in the NFL. And I think when you watch the team, you see it every week. You see a quarterback that, in my opinion, Jordan Love has taken a good step in the right direction, but still making some mistakes, still having a hard time at times with the protection in front of him breaking down, which you worry about, obviously, the health of your quarterback, and then you worry about going into the playoffs. Who are the teams that usually win the Super Bowl? They're teams that can protect their quarterback and they can get after the other team's quarterback. Just look what happened in the Super Bowl last year with the Chiefs and the Eagles basically not having to blitz Patrick Mahomes one time the whole game, and they win because they can get pressure with their front four. The Chiefs' offensive line can't block for them. So those are the really important issues that I think about when I think about, can the Packers make a run and win the Super Bowl? Can they overcome the protection issues? Can they maybe be more creative if they're having some issues blocking for Jordan Love, if they're having some issues with their receiver drops, maybe giving them some easier completions, some more play action type things to be able to push the ball down the field. I think those are some things that you can do to help yourself as you're moving and lean into that great defense that they have.
I am looking at their offensive line, and I've said this to Tausch. Obviously, I've gotten to cover some of the best offensive lines in Packers history. There was the Tauscher, Clifton, Flanagan, Wall, Rivera crew. There was the Bulaga, Bakhtiari, Sitton, Lang, Lindsley crew. Now they've got Sean Ryan playing center because Elton Jenkins is done for the year. They have their free agent signing, Aaron Banks, has struggled to both stay healthy and play at a high level. Their first-round pick from a year ago, I think Tausch and I talked about it yesterday, maybe he really just is a left tackle because he has really struggled when he has played guard. He's had moments where he played well at left guard, but that ain't where he's playing. He's playing right guard. Their left tackle has been okay, and their right tackle, who we think is the latest in the line of Tauscher to Bulaga to Zach Tom, has been playing hurt all year. You've done this. You obviously have played on teams that the left tackle wasn't the problem, but there were plenty of other issues. When the offensive line isn't cooking, is it nearly impossible for you to play at a high level offensively?
It's challenging. You got to be able to run the ball effectively, or you got to be able to block effectively to give your quarterback time to push the ball down the field. And especially in Matt LaFleur's offense, which relies a lot on play action, deception, putting defenders in conflict between run and pass, putting them in conflict with passing routes to be able to put two guys in the same spot and let the quarterback force that guy to make a decision, throw to the other guy. You got to be able to run the football more than just short yardage situations. You got to be able to make defenses afraid of your run game so that it makes your passing game easier. If you look back at this offense, historically going back to Mike Shanahan, right? They didn't have great pass blockers, but they could run the ball. And that overcame their inability to sit back and drop back pass because they never really had to. Because even in a third down and 5 or 6, like there's a legitimate threat that this team might run the football. And so you can't just pin your ears back and rush the quarterback because they don't have to sit back in the pocket and drop back, protect. And so I think for them to be able to take that step, even if they do have continued protection issues, they got to be able to more effectively run the football.
And that's where this, Josh Jacobs got hurt. Josh Jacobs has been an awesome tailback, but there's certain things he loves. Duo blocking.
Yep.
That's not the hard outside zone.
Nope.
That doesn't marry up well with the play action that Matt LaFleur has. So how do you go about as a coach when you have a special talent and that skill set is not really part of your foundation of what you believe in? How do you balance that?
Well, what I would say is go back and watch Ben Johnson when he was the offensive coordinator for the Lions. They did a lot of really cool, creative play action concepts off of the duo, off of the gap schemes, off of the pin and pull crack concepts that Josh Jacobs is the best at. And it was fun because I called one of their games. Oh, was it last year? The memory's fading me a little bit. Doesn't matter. But I got to sit in the radio booth and watch and call one of their games. And it was so fun to see some of these concepts with play action coming off of things that you normally said, well, you can't run play action off of that. I mean, having a running back come across, pulling guards, sending the tight end away, moving the quarterback, you're moving the pocket, you're giving like really, really good run sell out of duo, out of some of those gap concepts. But then you're pulling the football and you're able to throw the ball down the field, in the middle of the field deep. One of the things that Jared Goff was doing the best at when he had Ben Johnson as his coordinator. And so I think if there's anything that they want to do in the middle point of the season, if they get a couple hours to themselves, go back and watch some of those things that he did because they were very creative. They're not things that you can lean into a lot because there's a lot of holes in those protection, right? That's why a lot of people don't like running gap duo concepts.
And you have
as
to
play
sell
action
the run,
because
too.
you have to sell the run,
Yep.
but it's harder when you're going downhill versus your outside zone where you're more running sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be able to get that run sell, you have to kind of let it hang out a little bit and take some chances in protection because those gap concepts, if you're selling run, they don't look and smell like the run unless you have some holes in the backside where, hey, we don't really have this covered all the way if they don't sell and take bite out of that run concept. And they're going to start rushing the quarterback. And so you need to have a very good communication and practice with your quarterback, understanding like, hey, these are your immediate problems. And if it happens, you just got to get rid of it or you're going to get killed.
Yeah, and you put a lot of pressure on your offensive tackles when you do that because you need to run, sell, and block a guy. That's not the easiest thing. Tucker Kraft gets hurt. He was our best playmaker, in my opinion, and he is our best run blocker. How do you look at trying to implement some of that stuff when you have, and I don't know all of the tight ends you played with, but I'm sure you had tight ends that were really good vertical, but really not interested in cutting guys off. And how do you utilize a high draft pick that is a really good athlete? Do you say, well, if you're not going to be a run blocker, do you limit his snaps, or how would you try and fit someone in that has that vertical stretch down the middle of the field, can add some value, but maybe can't do some of the other things that your offense is asking?
Well, the outside zone stuff, typically the tight ends that aren't great inline blockers, they can do that a little bit better because it's more about your speed. It's about your takeoff, how quickly you can get that first 2 steps in the ground, get your hat placement, and then you usually got a buddy coming with you. You got a big tackle coming with you on a lot of that stuff. But specifically with Josh Jacobs being more of a downhill guy, more of a gap concept, duo concept like you mentioned, I like adding 2 tight ends to the formation, sometimes even getting 3 tight ends, right? Because then usually you got a double team at the point of attack. You can get a really good run cell from those guys, and then they could actually leak out kind of late in the protection to be able to give you a quick down flat or an easy out if the guys that are running the deeper routes down the field are covered. And I think that injury to Tucker Kraft probably why you're not seeing some of those more creative 2 tight end, 3 tight end, heavy formation sets where they can make the defense afraid of duo. They can make the defense afraid of power and stutter and counter and gap schemes and crack and cheese and things like that, because you need those tight ends that you can trust blocking at the point of attack, because if they don't do it, your quarterback's got his back turned for about the first second and a half, 2 seconds of that, and that is a dangerous situation to be in.
Joe, I want to get into something quarterback-related next because I did ask Matt LaFleur about Jordan Love running. He got hit, obviously, in the shoulder, missed 7 snaps, was able to come back, and they had Malik Willis step in and play well, and that's not the first time that's happened. You have a lot of experience with a lot of quarterbacks from your playing career. So I want to get into that coming up. We'll do that after Tausch tells us about our friends at Jones Dairy Farm.
Oh, Jones Dairy Farm, family-owned and operated 7 generations right down in Fort Atkinson, and they are best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe, available in pork, chicken, and turkey. And I told you that little orchetta that we've been making, you get that crispiness on the pork sausage with the all-natural, none of those fillers, no gluten, no nitrates, no MSG. It's all natural. And it's the holiday season. Jones products are perfect for the holidays. Get that ham. Everybody loves a good ham, smoked beautifully, and it comes right out there. You also have those natural sausage rolls that are going to upgrade any stuffing recipe. Head over to jonesdairyfarm.com to find all of Jones's great products in grocery stores across Wisconsin.
More with Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. It's Wilde and Tausch. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Prize Picks is the best way to win cash on the Packers, on the Bucks, and whether it's football, basketball, or both, Prize Picks makes every game more exciting. Hey, it's Mark Tauscher here with ESPN Wisconsin, and I've been playing Prize Picks, and it is as fun and simple as it gets. Which players are going to go off? Which ones are overhyped? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds, and you can turn your takes into cash. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, get them right, and you can cash in. And now Prize Picks has stacks. Pick the player up to 3 times in one lineup. You want more on Giannis's threes, assists, rebounds? Stack them all only on Prize Picks. Plus, you can follow other players and copy their lineups in one click in the new Feed tab. And with injury reboots, if your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, it won't count as a loss. Deposits are fast and easy with Venmo, Apple Pay, and MasterCard, and more. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use that code WI, and you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's code WI for Prize Picks. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
A snapback to reality for Wisconsin as they fell to number 2 Indiana 31-7 in Bloomington Saturday afternoon. A strong first half showing was undone by a brutal second half stretch that included a lost fumble, an interception, and 3 Fernando Mendoza touchdown passes. UW's offense also only mustered 23 total yards after the break. The Badgers now look to bounce back this weekend against Illinois. Kickoff is slated for 6:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Black Friday deals are here at Brothers Maine. Score the lowest prices of the year on top brands like Samsung, Electrolux, Bosch, LG, and Frigidaire. With our low price guarantee, big bucks can't beat our deals. Shop local and save at Brothers Maine.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Mark Toscher here for Pizza Hut, and let me tell you, Pizza Hut delivers a win every time with the Big Dinner Box. For just $19.99, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Feed your whole team for one unbeatable price. Choose your crust, hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, or even tavern style. Order now for delivery or carry out at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. The Big Dinner Box for just $19.99, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one outpizzas the Hut.
Hear all 7 state championship games on Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania.
Christian Collins, see you later!
Streaming live on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Continuing with Joe Thomas, who is, I'm told, staying for the entire program. So, Barb, by the time we get to the end, I think you'll prefer Joe Thomas over Jesse.
This is going to be great now because with Evan joining us, we can send him just audio Christmas cards / holiday cards to Evan. I know how much he enjoys that. We can give him all of our kids' updates. You know how Evan loves getting updated on everybody's kids' lives.
I'm wondering what's the appropriate length? What do you think, like 2 or 3 minutes of like just a little photo album?
Well, I know this for sure.
of our family and all the great things that they've done all year.
Make sure you let them know about the basketball and the football and then the hunting.
Hunting, of course. Fishing,
anything
maybe,
else,
travel.
I think, and then he plays or anything at school, arts and crafts wise.
I got an A in geometry class.
Save all that and make sure that
I don't want to spoil any of it.
Don't tease too much because Evan listens. He listens early, so we'll make sure all that's good.
Yeah. So just refresh my memory. Are you on the same page as Evan on Christmas cards? You don't want people sending you?
Evan hates.
I know Evan does. Is Joe also? Where does Joe stand on the Christmas card question. Family synopsis, all the pictures? Because we do like a book, which I don't bother to send to Evan because he doesn't want. Where does Joe fall on this?
Yeah. No, I'm with you guys. I'm a traditionalist. I like the Christmas card. I enjoy it. The kids love, we keep all of our Christmas cards in like a little Santa sleigh card holder. And it's out there, on one of the side tables. And they love going through it because for them, our kids don't have social media. My oldest is 12, and they've got a lot of friends from Germany, from Ohio, Wisconsin, all over the place. And it's their chance to just briefly catch up with what they're doing, how many great scores they've had in their hockey game, or what tests they've scored great on in school. And it's a fun opportunity if you don't want to dive into everybody's social media all the time, to be able to just catch in with a friend. And it gives you that brief moment of, oh, we got the Christmas card from the Tauschers. Haven't seen them in a while. Oh, it's great to see them. And it feels good that they thought of us around Christmas. We got to make sure, honey, we send them one next year because we have not sent them one yet. They're not that high on the priority list, let's be honest.
It's dropped. Yeah, no, I actually...
You guys got dropped when we went down to 5,000 cards that were going out the door. Okay. Sorry, well, you didn't make that final cut.
Well, we'll get there when you get back up to 6,000. I forgot what I was just going to say, so go ahead, Jason.
Okay, so...
all right, great radio there going on.
Joe, when you were in Cleveland, I don't know if you know the exact number off the top of your head of how many starting quarterbacks you protected the blind side for, but it was a lot.
I bet he does.
20. Okay. That's an easy number to remember.
Is that what it is? It's 20?
It was 20, yeah. At least that's what they've told me. I haven't gone and counted.
I got to ask you this, because I saw when Johnny Manziel came out, and and you ended up doing a podcast with him.
Yeah.
I would have been so pissed off.
Yeah. I'm over that.
You're over it?
I forgive and forget quickly, but also knowing him on a deeper level, I know that he's got some challenges.
Gotcha.
And I think he's doing that podcast right now. I was able to get on with him, and I think deep down it's hard for people, especially Browns fans, because he screwed him, right? First-round draft choice, a lot of talent. You don't put in the effort.
You didn't
it's
take
hard
it
as
seriously.
A fan, didn't take it seriously. Hard to forgive him. In his mind, he's still having a hard time accepting the fact that he had this golden opportunity and he squandered it. And he's not yet, he's getting closer, but he's not yet been able to face that demon in his life about where he is right now and where he could be if he made better choices. And so he's still kind of protecting his ego a little bit by kind of blaming the Browns for not having a great situation and not giving him all the tools to succeed, when we all know that's not true, right? Yes, it was not the best situation in the world, but when you're a first-round draft choice at quarterback, it's probably not going to be a great situation unless you're an Aaron Rodgers and you get to sit and wait and watch. And so, yeah, I get it. It wasn't the perfect situation, but it's up to you to fix it when you're a pro athlete, when you're a guy that's been given so much from a talent-wise standpoint and then from a franchise standpoint of making you potentially the savior.
Well, that's perfect, because there is certainly that level of personal responsibility for quarterbacks. No denying that. But I watch Malik Willis right now, and then I think back to the Tennessee Titans, and they didn't get it right with Marcus Mariota. They didn't get it right with Malik Willis. They didn't get it right with Will Levis. And at some point I think, well, maybe it wasn't Marcus Mariota, Malik Willis, and Will Levis. Maybe it's the organization. How much do you think, Johnny Manziel not being the prime example, but there were a lot of quarterbacks that might have been better players had they gone into better situations in Cleveland. How much does the situation matter? And is it possible, after what we've seen from Malik Willis, that if he goes to the right situation in free agency and gets an opportunity to be a starter, that he could be an effective starter? He could go to the wrong situation and go right back to the way things went in Tennessee? Or, as I would suggest, sign one of those extensions and get a good chunk of change to be a reliable backup and stay in Green Bay?
So a couple things. One, I always think of my favorite quote from college football. It was attributed to Steve Spurrier when they had a quarterback that was really sucking. And in the middle of practice, he's a high recruit. Steve yells at him, "Hey, it's not your fault you suck. It's our fault we recruited you." And so on some level, you're like, okay, I understand what Johnny's saying. And if Malik Willis would say that, or Marcus Mariota, or some of these other guys you mentioned, it's not a great organization structurally. The ownership maybe has too much of a say of who they draft, too much influence, and the people making those decisions can't properly evaluate if this young quarterback that maybe doesn't have a lot of experience in college, maybe hasn't put a lot of great tape on, but he's got a big arm, he's got potential, he's got this and that. And then they draft him in the first round, and then they're surprised when it doesn't work out, when it's like, well, anybody could see when you drafted this person that he had all these big issues, these huge holes in his game. For Johnny, obviously it was height, but then also, hey, commitment. He's kind of a partier, pretty big of a partier. He hangs out with Drake a lot and all these celebrities, and he loves the party. How are you going to reel that in and get him focused and serious about his craft? With Malik Willis, not a lot of experience playing quarterback. Yeah, he's got the talents, but that's a big swing to think okay, we can take this guy that maybe hasn't shown pro-style skills and bring him in here, and then he can save the franchise, because it's a tough job. And the second part is, if you get a chance to sit in a good organization and watch and learn, you can play when you're ready, like at the Aaron Rodgers. If you have to go in before you're ready and play, many of these guys throughout their entire life, going back to playing Pee Wee baseball probably, have won at everything they did because they were just these fantastic athletes. And so they have an ego in the sense of not hey, they think they're the greatest thing ever, but they don't know what it feels like to not succeed. And they don't have the mental fortitude sometimes when they do face challenges and the fans are booing them and they get benched, to be able to not only work harder, but rededicate yourself to being great and using that as fuel for your fire. And then instead of what happens with a lot of these guys, all of a sudden they start thinking that they were phonies. That imposter syndrome starts creeping in where they're like, well, maybe I really wasn't always that great. Maybe I'm not the guy they thought I was. And that's a really difficult thing to get over until you get a new situation. And I look at Daniel Jones this year, right? He had a lot of talent. He had some good moments, some bad moments with the Giants. All of a sudden, he gets a fresh start where the fans don't hate him. They're not pissed off at him for being a first-round bust, and they're not always on his case. And he's got a chance to just kind of reinvent himself and start from scratch to build himself into the quarterback. And on top of that, he's got that experience behind him now. So he's a much faster learner in a new offense. He's quicker to see results that he's getting praise from his coaches and the fans from, right? And then his ego gets built back up. And so I think with some of these guys, they're worth taking a shot on, because you do think that, okay, a new situation is going to change everything, and he's got a lot more experience, and mentally he can recover from being beat down as a loser and a bust at that first situation. But I think some of it is situationally and ownership's fault when you draft a guy before he should be drafted and you give him the quarterback seat before he's ready. And then some of it's just those guys are not ready for that moment. And when they do have failures because they play before they're ready, they're not able to mentally overcome that.
Yeah, and I don't know what the future holds for Malik Willis. I don't know if there are situations where he can be successful, but it does feel like the Packers have done a great job of, when he's had to play, putting him in position to be successful. And he did not have that success in Tennessee. All right, we want to get into some Badgers conversation with Joe while he's here. We've got Evan Cohen coming up. That's all coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, which is a few minutes away. I want to remind you, I mentioned we did a great event last night with Associated Bank. There's some more on the schedule. And there's just great perks that come with being an Associated Bank customer. Not only do you get the official bank of the Packers, where you can get Packers checking, Badgers checking, or Brewers checking, but more importantly, you get great customer service. I saw it again last night. Whether it's early pay, whether it's credit monitoring, whether it's fraud protection, or whether it's fun stuff that we do for customers, Associated Bank's got your back. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Milwaukee Bucks fall 118-106 last night on the road against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The big news from the game, Giannis left in the first half with a left groin injury. Did not return. His status for the upcoming weeks remains unknown. The Bucks at 8-7, next in action Thursday night, hosting the Philadelphia 76ers at Fiserv Forum. Tip time at 7 o'clock here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. Better news for 23rd-ranked Wisconsin men's basketball. 94-69 winners over SIU Edwardsville last night at the Kohl Center. The Badgers are 4-0 heading into their big showdown, a rematch of the second round of last year's NCAA tournament. Number 23, Wisconsin. Number 9, BYU. Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock tip time in Salt Lake City. Televised streaming exclusively on Peacock. And, of course, the Green Bay Packers turning their attention as they get set to host the division rival Minnesota Vikings Sunday at Lambeau Field. Check out where the Packers land in this week's Power Rankings over at ESPN.com.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of the Joe Thomas Show, featuring Mark Tauscher and Jason Wilde and Jesse Nelson, rolls on. Presented by Hall of Fame Beef, which their social media and YouTube team. Checking out my hat. Love my hat.
Your hat is awesome. I do love that hat.
Thank you for the hat
USA
and for
hat.
the beef.
One of our best sellers.
So I'll be honest. I follow you on social media, but I have curtailed my social media use, not to the point of the Thomas children who don't have any at all because I have to have it for work. But I'm not on there much. But I was told that you did like a 4-part video series on Instagram
It's like
where
Lineman.
you fixed Badger football.
Oh, you fixed it?
It's fixed.
Oh, perfect.
I'm surprised you guys
I
didn't
am
get
very
it.
excited to hear that it's all
the message
good.
from Mac in your email inbox that says, "Hey, all is well, no problem. Joe fixed it," with 4 minutes of Instagram videos that he did in his basement in between picking up his son at a birthday party he had.
Well, I did hear Jesse talking to Coach Alvarez, and it sounds like there's he is. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse. Barry basically said Joe plagiarized what he had to say. Is that how I?
No,
is that
what
how
he
I
meant to
heard
say
that?
is great minds think alike.
That might be what it was.
He didn't say exactly that he plagiarized it, but he said he's I believe taking that out of my playbook is what he said last time. Would you like to hear what the coach had to
let's
say?
hear what
That'd be
Coach had to
fantastic.
say. Then we can find out what Joe said.
Joe read my playbook. I mean, there aren't any secrets. You know, what Joe's talking about is the right thing. But I think he's sending a message to the staff. Get off the staff. I understand that. But the staff has to understand, go back to the basics. Let's focus on keeping the good kids in state at home. What's our identity? Right now, I don't know. We've talked about this. I don't know our identity. It used to be run the football, physical, go from there, play action, and good, solid, sound defense. I don't know that now. So it's easy to talk about it, but it starts every day in practice. It's how you practice. If you're going to run the football and be a physical team, that's how you have to practice. Not every day so you're killing your players, but your Tuesday, Wednesday practices have to be physical, and spring and fall have to be very physical camps. And, that's great. But the head coach the staff all have to buy in, and then you implement the plan. But Joe said it right.
Not a bit, Joe.
He just said what he did when he was there.
So Joe,
that
great minds
I just
thinking
said what
alike,
Barry did when I was there. Hey, he's not wrong. I mean, it worked pretty well for him for a while.
different. I am curious what you said, though, because it was a different era. I know that one of the hot button issues, both from Barry and from, quite frankly, the greatest Badger from Brookfield Central High School, of course, Brad Nortman.
I was going to say. Thank you.
They agree that the issue has been, at least one of the issues has been, the failure to connect with state high school coaches and the wall around the state having broken down. What was part of this 4-part series that you plagiarized from Coach's playbook?
Did you send this out all in one, or did you break it down like the old TV shows? You put it out on like a Thursday.
Tausch would like to know, because he's mad about the way Landman is being released.
I was all excited. I only watched Landman on planes, and we've been traveling. And for whatever reason, they only had the first 3 episodes. I needed the last 3 because the new season started Sunday. But I don't want to bore you with that. So I'm interested.
It was
in
like
what
Netflix release. He released all at once.
So Joe put it out all 4 so you could binge immediately, which is the way streaming services initially did it.
That's what I was shooting for. However, I'm the guy running the social, and it's me setting up the camera and talking to the camera, and then quick figuring out how to edit it before I have to go pick up my son from his birthday party, as my wife's like, "You got to leave! You're going to be late!" And I'm like, "I'm trying to do this quickly. Sorry." And then it's chaos, and I'm just trying to throw it out there. Ideally, I don't even really know if you want to put it out all at once. If you can let people binge, or if you should tease it and put like one piece each day. I have no idea.
I feel like in the radio
I just
game,
had a couple minutes, and I watched the Badger
works.
game, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to record this. I got a few minutes in between, daddy duties, and I'm going to throw it out there because it's fresh in my mind. And if I try to talk to my family about it, they're going to just ignore me. So this is my only outlet to feel like anybody's paying attention to what I have to say."
Okay. So.
All right. So let's tease it.
No, it's a little teasy.
Here we go. I like it.
So we will get to what Joe Thomas said, the synopsis of the 4-part documentary series shot in his basement in between birthday parties.
That you can be done with in 4 minutes.
Netflix is calling, by the way.
I'm sure they're very eager to get more from you, from content-wise. Look, I'm telling you, you turn the book into a documentary, I think there's a lot of people who will watch. I still have Hall of Fame knocks recorded on my DVR from when you went into the hall. So there's some good stuff that could be made.
Jason, if Joe asked you, would you write his autobiography?
A second one? I would
like
write
the one that
life
you're going to
story
sell to
after
Netflix.
football.
No, the whole deal.
Yeah, I would absolutely do it.
Okay.
Oh, what an honor.
There you go.
I'm working on the Mark Tauscher documentary first.
You need
though.
you need to do Dick Bennett's. Like the fact that you have not done Dick Bennett's.
He will.
You have to.
Won't.
You have to prod a little bit more.
You come with me.
All right,
come
great,
with
let's
me
go.
to Nakusa and help me.
Yeah.
What's he doing up in Nakusa? I'm
Golfing.
very
That's where he
curious.
lives.
Just golf.
He's golfing.
Well, I mean, I know he lives there, but just all golf all the time.
I think he loves golf and probably heading
and
down.
not telling his life story, unfortunately.
I mean, just go golf with him. And
He
sit there and
should.
put the tape recorder on. I think he would love to do that. Then
Go
he's
break
got an
200
excuse
with
to
Dick.
Go golf again. Wait a second.
break 200. That's something.
Okay.
Win a pair of tickets to Green Bay and Chicago on December 7th, which will include reservations to the Tundra Trio, Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination. From the steps of Lambeau, steps from the stadium, featuring gourmet food and premium drinks, all thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. You can enter now, and there's 2 websites you can choose, ESPNWisconsin.com, or if you were in the mood to check the contest rules that Jesse writes so copiously, ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Get you there as well. Nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. So enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next trip to McDonald's. No purchases necessary. Enter by November 23rd. Joe Thomas's synopsis of his Landman style, here's how you fix Badger football Instagram series is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Win a pair of tickets to see Green Bay host Chicago on December 7th, which includes access to Green Bay's upscale tailgating destination, the Tundra Trio. 3 upscale homes just steps from the stadium, featuring next-level pre- and post-game festivities with gourmet food and premium drinks. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and ESPN Wisconsin. Enter to win now at ESPNWisconsin.com. Wherever you watch the game, nothing hits like the bold signature flavor of Dr. Pepper. Enjoy an ice-cold Dr. Pepper during your next visit to McDonald's. No purchase necessary. Enter by November 23rd.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The dawn of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by 2 of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback.
I like defensive ends.
Hey,
I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Celebrate the season of Audi at Audi Madison. Take advantage of 1.99% APR for 72 months when you purchase a 2025 Audi Q5 Quattro. National customer credit is good towards the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until December 1st. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Ho, ho, ho!
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals help fuel my love for acting. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
When you tell me I'm a wreck, you say that I'm a mess. How could you expect anything less? You latched onto me, then cried how strong you alone. I told you when you asked, I knew this wouldn't last.
Combining the best of social media postings when you're supposed to be picking up your kid from a birthday party, Landman, and the radio technique of teasing, all to bring you now, at long last, how Joe Thomas stole a page out of Barry Alvarez's playbook to fix Badger football.
He said the whole playbook, by the way.
He did.
Said my
Joe said
playbook.
it right.
Let me tell you something. Search committees don't hire. I don't hire search committees. Search committees hire me.
Go boo in a bar.
Couple of the
Joe,
all-time great quotes.
He's got a few of them. You better get season tickets now because before long you won't be able to get them. Joe, there's another good one.
Oh, that's good.
So Joe, fix Badger football for us in 4 minutes or less.
Are we rolling the tape? Or are we having me talk?
No, do it live.
Oh, I thought you had a great.
We'll do it live.
A great producer would probably have a nice little highlight.
No,
cut up.
Jesse
Boom,
doesn't.
boom, boom.
Jesse doesn't
Well,
believe
that's
in
right.
playing audio.
So,
It's not.
Yeah. So we'll start with just one thing here, right? And I think this is the thing that maybe is peeved the most Wisconsin fans from the state is the thing that's always made Wisconsin football unique and special and great and given us so much pride as fans is you've always had that wall around the state. You've always recruited and kept home the guys that were here. And you would take chances on guys that are maybe borderline tweeners. You're not sure if they can make it or not because they're from Wisconsin. Because you know you're going to get that little extra effort from them in the fourth quarter when things are tough and everybody else is cutting and running because it means more. They grew up with that W on their hat. They grew up watching games as a kid. And they're not somebody that's going to give up when things get hard, whether that be training camp, off-season training, when they're trying to run you up and down those stadiums and trying to wear you out and steal your soul, or whether that be in the fourth quarter in a tough, tight game where you're beat up, you're tired, you're hurt, things are maybe not looking so great, you're down by 14 or 7, you keep fighting. Those are the guys that are from the state. And I think we took our eye off that ball a little bit with how we were recruiting. Tausch, you know way more about the program than I do, but we let way too many good players in the state of Wisconsin leave because I think we were focused on recruiting nationally and trying to move our program to that next level in everybody's eyes to be able to compete consistently with Ohio State, Michigan, Texas, Alabama, those teams. And so we were trying to recruit those guys, and because you only have so much time, if you're spending a lot of time recruiting those guys, you're neglecting the guys that are under your nose. And when you don't have the money and you don't have the historical prestige to compete with Ohio State, Texas for those recruits, when you lose out, now you've been spending your time on a guy that you lost. And then now those guys in state are going, well, yeah, it's great that you offered me, and now all of a sudden you're my best friend.
I didn't feel that love from the
But I
jump.
didn't feel that love.
Yep. Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Yeah. Jason, what do you got?
My thoughts are that I don't have the answers because I'm not the Hall of Famer that you are or the influencer that Tausch is. I had my thoughts, and I certainly was put in the bad cop situation with the athletic director, who, again, I thought
Did you say bad cop or journalistic? I mean, you did your job as a journalist, and you did a great job.
There were some people that described my role was to be the bad cop, and I was happy to do that
you did
because
a good job.
I am a journalist. But my issue with Barry and my issue, frankly, Joseph, with you.
Ooh.
Give it to me.
Yeah,
get
after
Here we go.
That's how you get
throw
to the
down.
best
Fight,
decisions.
let's go.
Right?
No, I'm definitely not. There's no fighting. But my issue is it doesn't feel like there's any view, and again, I don't want to be harshly critical of Chris McIntosh, but you guys are talking about a world that doesn't exist as much anymore, right, in college football? And on the other side, what I keep hearing from the world that does exist is we just need to spend more money, right? More support, pledging more support. Somewhere in between the old school world that Barry lives in, which, look, I understand that there was like cheating going on under the table, like blue chips, and Matt Nover getting his big tractor, and Shaq and Penny getting paid off. But at least in that system, you kind of knew what you were up against. If there's not a salary cap for schools, if there are not more limitations on whatever, then it's going to be the college football version of baseball, where the haves and the have-nots, there are going to be times when it seems like the Brewers can do what they did, but it's not going to be frequent. It's going to be the same teams all the time. Alabama, Ohio State, all of those. So I would like to see some better plan that is not just an arms race that, Oregon has Nike money and now Indiana has Mark Cuban money. I don't want it to be that. And I know you have worked to try with the NIL part of this to make it more effective. And I appreciate that. But do we see a point where college football can do what the NFL has successfully done, which is so many of its teams enter the year thinking they've got a chance?
Yes, Joe, you are called upon.
So I think the difference here, Wilde, Tausch, Jesse, do any of us not agree that we think college football should have some type of a salary cap?
Yes,
so
of course they should.
The paying of the players is more equal.
Yes.
So what are we talking about, right? We're talking about what are the things we can do right now. I know, but we don't control the NCAA or the Big Ten. Like, until those people put their big boy shorts on and we get some true leadership there, and then we need some leadership in Congress and politics. Okay, that'll never happen. So we're wasting our time here talking. But until that happens and we get that structure, we got to play with the structure we have. We got to play with the ball that they gave us. And so we're trying to think of, all right, we're Wisconsin. We have Wisconsin's best interests in mind. What are the things that we can do to try to make us more competitive in the current environment?
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're trying to do. And it's not that I don't respect it.
Let me tell you something. Indiana has changed the game for everybody's expectations.
You're
also.
right.
But they got the money. So the question is, do we not have the money, or did we not reach out to the right people that have the money and convince them to put the money into NIL and to our players? I don't know that answer. I mean, it's not like the NFL where you have information about player salaries and contracts and salary cap right at your fingertips. So you're reading reports from other people and you're just kind of taking them as fact. Like, I think Wisconsin spends, half of what Ohio State spends on their players? So it's hard to be competitive. It's like baseball, like you mentioned. But do we just accept that fact and say, well, the teams that have money in the Big Ten are just going to be the better teams right now? Or do we try to do something about it? And I don't know what that answer is, right? I would like to think that Wisconsin, being the prestigious university with the number of Fortune 500 CEOs that we have, the people that love.
Really good drop.
Thank you.
Yep.
You can send the check, UW Alumni Fund, to Joe Thomas Hall of Fame beef. But
you got to sell a lot of beef, bro.
We're going to have to sell a lot of beef to be able to afford $25 million a year. But I think Big Cat is doing a good job at Barstool. Like, hey, let's rouse the base. Let's find the boosters that have the money and let's make those connections.
There's a couple people over at the UW.
So
I don't think Big Cat's doing such a good job.
Well, I know they're probably mad at him, but you know what? At least he's talking about us. And if we don't have people like that talking about Wisconsin football, who's going to talk about us?
Yeah.
We're not fun to talk about. We're boring. We're not doing anything on offense. Yeah, our defense is great. We're losing
Tune
games.
in 6:30
But
on Saturday.
what are we talking about? We have passion. We have pride. We're like the Browns fan base. We want to talk about our team. We want to make it. We want better. We want to fix it. So let's try to do something about it. And so maybe, Tosh, I don't have the inside knowledge that other people in the program, maybe you have. Like, have we not made the outreach we need to the boosters that can make a difference? Now, maybe we don't have a Mark Cuban, and maybe we don't have somebody who has, or a group of people that have the money that some of these other programs do. But maybe we have them. They're not public
Here's
figures,
what I would
and
say.
so we have to find them and make those relationships
and
curate
convince them that it's worth their investments.
Exactly.
Yeah, here's what I would say. I think everybody needs to do better in all facets of all of this, because what we've done, and that goes to, whether it's being out with more donors, doing more events, being around the state, caravan around, and get people bought in to what we're doing and having a vision of what that's going to look like. That, to me, off-season wise, needs to be, along with raising money and bringing in a lot better players, and all of the things that I'm sure you're going to hear and see. That with the keeping the high school coach, you have so many things that I think need to be improved upon.
Yeah, but you got to have something to sell. That's great, and that's what you could have done going into year one. And I'm not sure if they didn't do it. I'm just going off, again, reports and things that I hear from other people.
Sure.
That it maybe didn't happen. And the results on the field and the results in recruiting where we haven't got those top
really
guys in
what
Wisconsin.
people care about is the results on the field. They don't care about
that's the only
nobody
thing that
cares
matters.
how the meat gets
Nobody
made.
cares. Nobody
People
cares
care
if-
about the sizzle, and man, dang, it's good.
Hey,
Well, we care about how the meat is made because it makes it moist.
Wetter the better. We heard that earlier.
That is true.
So the important thing, though, is if Fickle never made one call to a single in-state recruit, but they were undefeated right now, nobody would be saying a peep. It's the fact that we're not very good and we're trying to find answers and solutions, and we look back on what we always did and how important it is to keep the dudes that we have in state, because whether we pay $1 million for them and that's their value and somebody else pays $1 million for them, we're going to get more value out of them because they love Wisconsin football, and they're going to go further and farther for a team that they've cheered for since they were kids and that the family cheers for, their parents and their friends and their uncles and cousins go to these games. Like, you're going to get more out of those guys. And so I think it makes sense to put more effort into those guys than other schools will. And I get it that in the NIL era, you got to back it up with money. But if it's a tie, they're going to stay home with the team that they've cheered for their whole life.
Well, we will talk to one of those prominent, wealthy alumni.
Oh, baby.
Gated community, Double Homes.
Is this that guy
He's
from
a Double
China?
Homes guy.
No, it's Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike.
Oh, he's
Who'll
even
join
richer.
us
Yeah, he's very wealthy and super successful.
after Tausch tells us about Coors Light.
Well, who doesn't love a good Coors Light? Whether you're tailgating pregame, enjoying your experience during the game, or celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open that Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Well, the good news from Sunday's game against the New York Giants for the Green Bay Packers is they got back into the win column. The bad news is star running back Josh Jacobs left that game with what the team is calling a knee contusion. Head coach Matt LaFleur Monday.
It's a contusion, so it's just more or less trying to get the swelling down, and unfortunately, that's a pretty hard surface over there, and sometimes the byproduct of that.
In the meantime, it'll be backup running backs Emmanuel Wilson and Chris Brooks for the Packers, though Matt LaFleur went on to say second-year running back Marshawn Lloyd could be designated for return from injured reserve this week. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 11/30/2025.
Shop the pig! Thanksgiving starts with the bird, and at Piggly Wiggly, you can gobble up savings. Jenny-O turkeys are just 39 cents a pound. That's right, you can bring home a 12-pound turkey for less than $5. And while you're here, don't forget to sign up for the new Pig Points Rewards program, where the more you shop, the more you earn, and the more you save. So hurry in, grab your turkey, and make this Thanksgiving a winner, only at Piggly Wiggly.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get...
You know what that music means? Another prominent University of Wisconsin alumnus that Joe Thomas and the Wisconsin NIL Collective will be hitting up for a donation right after he gets off the air on Unsportsmanlike. It is Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Morning, everybody. I have my Wisconsin jersey here. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put it on because it has the wrong apparel company, so it's an older one. What do I do in this spot?
Puma. Champion.
Is that what you wore, Joe? Did you have Puma when you were playing?
No, but it was funny because I've got a Browns jersey from '99 hanging in my basement that I got from somebody. It was an amazing gift. It's got my autograph, which is kind of weird having it in my house, but autogram and Jim Brown autograph on there with pictures and stuff, and it's a Puma jersey. And my son was down there yesterday. He goes, Puma? They've never been an official NFL jersey supplier. And I was trying, well, you know, like back in the day, they had more than just Nike. He's like, no, it's only Nike.
Wow.
And then I just stopped arguing with him. But Tauscher was a Reebok guy then.
Yes, we had Reebok, for sure.
Yeah, I have my Lee Evans Adidas jersey. That's what I have.
There
It's
you
the
go.
only Wisconsin
Adidas.
jersey I ever had was a Lee Evans.
Put it on.
That's a good one.
Put it on.
You want me to put it on?
Yeah,
I'm on board. Well, we love Lee
Yeah,
Evans.
Lee's the best.
Okay.
A legend.
All right, there we go. I'm gonna throw. It's the white jersey. What do we think? It's a little big on me, but
You can
it
hit the
looks
weight
good,
room.
right?
Bench press wouldn't hurt you at all.
yeah. Oh, I got nothing. I have nothing.
Too much time on the radio.
I heard what you guys were talking about there, and I think it's so interesting just where we're at, because when Joe said we're boring, we need to have conversations more than we need to worry about the football part of it. It's kind of like what, Wilde and Tausch, we've been talking about for weeks, which is like my whole life. I obviously am not a big time athlete, but I played sports my whole life. My dad would say to me constantly, let your game do your talking. Let your game do your talking. Like, don't talk. And now I feel like all we need to do is actually talk because we want to avoid the game part of it. We just want to know that people are going out there and approaching people. Like, Joe, have they done enough to win you over?
As far as what goes?
Conversational. I'm not asking you about money or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, do you feel, as one of the greatest players to ever play the sport, who, oh, by the way, happened to go to Wisconsin, do you feel like you're a part of the program?
See, I feel very biased to be able to answer this question because me personally, I do, but I've always had really deep ties to everybody in the program. And, I live in a neighborhood and my kids are friends with some of the coaches. And, I've always had really deep ties. And so I don't feel like I'm the right one to answer that because I would say yes. But I just am trying to hear from other people to feel like, has the program made the same level of outreach to you as well? And I understand that, not everybody's got unlimited time to be able to do all those things. But I think one of the things that Coach Alvarez was always really good at is making the alumni feel welcome, making the former players feel welcome, doing a great job reaching out to boosters and high school coaches. He's Alvy, right? Everybody loves him. He loves being social. He loves talking to those guys and building those relationships. And so I don't know for sure because my experience is different than what I hear from a lot of other Wisconsin alumni, former players, boosters, things of that nature.
And I guess the point is it's easy to be nice to Joe Thomas. It's harder to be nicer to...
well, thank you. You're very kind. I appreciate it.
No, I mean, I know you're like, that's... All right, Jason, for you and I, non-players, I interpret that as Joe is as humble as a human being as could be, and he's basically saying, of course they're going to reach out to me, but they need to reach out to everybody else.
Right, and I would say that it's easy to reach out to the Pro Football Hall of Famer, right? Because there's something to get from him, right? His prominence with everything he's done, both as a player and after his career, you'd be stupid not to. But if you want to get buy-in, you need it from all of the alumni. And look, Tausch, I think you would tell me if you would disagree with this. I think the Packers, which obviously are not in the same, trying to drum up interest for their program and investment, etc., but they've done a better job in recent years of connecting with their alumni, right? You've got the alumni suite now. You guys are invited back more. Like, there was a time when they didn't do the greatest job of that. It's not apples to oranges, but that is an important piece. And guys want to feel wanted and invested. And the more guys that feel wanted and invested that play in your program, I'm not saying word of mouth is going to get you all the best players if you don't pay top dollar in today's realm. But I do think that if you have these ambassadors for your program who played in it, that's a huge opportunity. And other schools do have their former players doing that for them. And I don't feel like right now, based on what I see from former Badger football players, that the messaging is, oh my God, I love my program and I love where we're at and I am here to support it. I don't think they feel connected to it. You tell me.
Well, here's what I'll say. I think former players, whether it's at your college or your professional team, you just want to feel appreciated. You don't need to be welcomed back with, 100 different things. You want to feel appreciated. If you want to come back for a game, they will, help you out to do that. I think that's the first step. But as far as, especially, and let's just take Wisconsin, you want your alumni and players to feel a ton of pride in what's going on. And when things aren't going well, I don't have a problem, and I don't know if the administration and coaching staff has a problem with guys coming from a really good point of view, even though it's negative, because the season has not been great. I don't think that should be some big troubling thing. If I want my players to have high expectations, and then I want solutions if things aren't going well. So I think there's too much. Too much gets kind of put into some of the negative things that are said. What do you expect? Like that. Then it comes down to, okay, are you helping and are you interested in helping the process go? Mm-hmm. That really is the question to me. I think, can you always be better from an outreach standpoint and from whether it was the high school coaches or the boosters? Obviously you can. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be you're throwing a perfect game. It's showing effort and showing that you care and you want people bought in. That's how I would answer that.
Well, and like on a smaller scale, obviously, than a former player, but like we announced today on our show nationally that we're bringing the show to Madison on Friday. Like, we're going to the Wisconsin-Illinois game.
Go.
Now,
Let's go.
There's a special
Las Vegas to the Midwest.
Well, Michelle Smallman went to Illinois. Obviously, I went to Wisconsin, and so like there is a good theme for us. And I'm trying to do my part. I like that. My part is now. Here's the tricky thing.
Thank you for your
service.
service.
But here's the tricky thing, right?
Yeah.
The tricky thing is, would it be a good idea or a bad idea to try to get Fickle on the show? Because I could argue it's a bad idea, because then you got to talk about Wisconsin football instead of just how great of a town Madison is that we're coming for the game the next day, right? And I'm not saying I would love to have Coach Fickle on in studio, but at the same time, as Joe said, we're kind of boring right now.
Yeah, I've been on a lot of bad teams, and I've been in that situation where you got to face the media every day. You got to talk about your team. You got to talk about the job that you're doing. It's not easy. It's not fun.
Did it ever hurt being out there and just saying, I understand where the fans are coming? Like, does that ever hurt on your end as a player when you would do that when you're going through a 1-16 or 1-15 season?
And no matter what you say, you weren't on a lot of
Evan was on an 8 team. What was that group?
No, they won in the game he missed.
Yeah, exactly.
Congrats on all of your successes there. It's never fun. And no matter what you say, fans are going to hate it, because in the end, it's a binary business. Are you winning or are you losing? That's the only thing anybody cares about. They don't care about outreach. They don't care about all this other stuff if you're winning. But when you lose, all those things creep up, and all those things that may be minor problems become huge problems. But as a head coach, as the AD, as the face of a franchise, as the face of a university, as a face of a program, like you have to be ready to always be selling something, always be selling some hope and optimism, and be willing to take that criticism and know that if you do come on ESPN National with Evan and you talk about Wisconsin football, no matter what you say, people are going to hate it. But at least you're making the effort to be able to go out there and to sell a little bit of a vision and hope for the future. And what is the process? We know things aren't very good right now. Here's the mistakes we know we've made. Here's the solutions we're taking. And this is why we think it's going to be successful. I know everyone's going to hate it, but at least you're out there and you're doing those things. And at least you're sending some type of a message so people can't just so people don't have to create their own narrative about what's going on because of silence.
Great point. That is a really good point. Evan, I'm curious. You mentioned obviously Smalls went to Illinois. You obviously are around lots of people at ESPN that went to a lot of different schools. When you talk about the fact that you went to Wisconsin, what do they say right now?
They make fun of the football team and they talk about how great the town is. I mean, that's kind of commonplace with everyone because all of us know, spending as much time as we have in Madison and Joe and Tausch obviously living there. And I say by choice. Like, we have to note, like, Joe Thomas and Mark Tauscher live in Madison by choice because of how amazing of a place it is for them and their families and their lives and their connections. Like, Madison is unbelievable. You go to college in Wisconsin, it is unreal. But from a football perspective, no, I get ragged on. But and when I do the follow-up of, have you ever been to Madison? Oh, it's the greatest town ever. Oh, I heard it's the greatest town ever. Tell me about Halloween in Madison. And then I tell them I actually took a bus overnight to Big Ten Basketball Media Day because that's when it was and I was covering it for the student newspaper. Anyway, but the point is, like, that they love Madison. They make fun of the football team, if I'm going to be real about it, Jason.
Yeah.
Questioning your decision-making skills at this point, but we can keep going.
This point.
Hey. Big J journalists, Evan and I, when we were students. All right, so Evan, tell us more road trip so people can be ready for your arrival. Like, what all do you have planned?
I'm glad you asked about this. So we're doing the show. So we get there on Thursday. Tausch arranged a dinner that I just learned yesterday. Oh, hold on, Joe. I learned yesterday. Tausch arranged a dinner on Thursday that Tausch is no longer going to.
That is true.
Defend yourself.
I just can't
What
make
is
it.
this?
I want to go.
No, I can't make it.
It just doesn't want to go.
No, I can't make it, but we are doing a fun thing on Friday. It's an all-day deal that it's going to be Evan and Michelle and Matt LePay and myself, and that's going to be a great time. Yeah, they're going. I can't believe they're going. Like, the dinner's at like 8 or 8:30. It's too late.
That's
for me.
after my bedtime.
Yeah, it's too late.
Is the reservation in your
That's
name?
too late for you. I have to be up at 3 in the morning, Tausch. You made the
I
reservation.
said that it was going to be too late, that you guys wouldn't want it, but I was proven wrong. So I gently backed out.
Quiet quitting.
Yeah, something like that.
Quiet quitter.
I can't believe you guys are actually going that late.
What are you talking about? You set it up. You told them that we were going. You were
set
committed
it
to it.
up.
Yes, you did.
Sort of.
And then, by the way, there's a hole in the schedule. Have you noticed that? Tausch, what are we doing Friday night?
I don't know. Is there
literally nothing with
Is
Tausch.
there something that you want to go do?
What's he doing, or what are you doing?
We're going to Joe's hunting
Well, yeah, I guess.
Me,
What
you
did
and
he
Smalls
schedule
are going to go
for
to
me that
Joe's
he's
hunting
backing
camp,
out of?
uninvited. You ready?
So, wait, Tausch.
We got fiber. We can record live.
Yeah.
Is there a thought on Friday to revisit the same place as dinner on Thursday?
Sure. Yeah, we can revisit and take a look at that. Certainly.
Okay. All right.
All right.
But I'm very excited to be. Oh, and by the way, Saturday, in all seriousness, Jason, there's multiple shows going on. So ESPN College Tailgate Tour that Amber Wilson and Jonathan Zaslow do all across the country at the biggest games every week. Again, what are we doing for Wisconsin? I got them to do this. This is not the biggest game. Let me be honest with you. Wisconsin, Illinois.
Well,
we
the
got
SEC is playing
shows.
all cupcakes. It's cupcake week.
But Tausch, do you understand that national shows will be originating from Madison around the Wisconsin-Illinois game on Friday morning, Friday night, and Saturday morning?
Okay.
So when Joe says it's got to be more than just like the one-person outreach to the UW Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Famer, like this is what we can. This is my part. Is like promotion by way of national stuff, right? Like I'm not going to be able to give the money that Big Cat or whoever Big Cat's going to get to be able to give money, but I can give promotion in an honest, moral, legal way, and that's what I think Joe's point is a good one. It's like, I know it comes off like kind of sappy and cheesy, but like, yeah, everybody's kind of got to do their part to rally the troops here. My part is marketing, promotion, content. Like, that's my part, right? Jason's part may be telling stories about the university in a way that maybe we hadn't seen before. Tausch's part is he should really be giving money, all of it, every dollar you've ever earned.
I was wondering where you were going to go. I knew that was going to be down some road of that ilk. So yes.
What? Okay, Joe, can I put you on the spot
Yes,
on
please.
something?
Mm-hmm.
If they wanted you to take over the whole thing, would you do it?
Ooh, great question.
In what capacity?
Yeah,
like
that's
head
another good
coach?
question.
Chancellor.
Chancellor?
No.
Grand Poobah?
Let's say they wanted you to be whatever would be the general manager.
Football GM.
Hold on, there is a general manager, so I don't want to fire someone. They want you to be above the general manager, below the athletic director for football.
Yeah, I guess I would say no, just off the top, but I would need to know what that looks like because life's pretty busy right now, and I don't want to have to say no to my children. You know, like, hey, son, can't go to your basketball game ever because I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z for perpetuity. But I think your point's a good one. Like, everyone should do their part. Everyone should look and try to figure out, hey, what are the things that I can do to help promote this program? And, you know, if it ever came to it, we'd have that discussion. We could have that conversation to see what it looked like because I do love the state. To your point, me, Tausch, we decided to move back here or move to Madison to be close because this university is so amazing. The city is so amazing. We wanted to raise our kids here. We wanted to be close to the Badger Kingdom right there in Madison because we love it. It's who we are. It's our identity. We're Badgers. Like, when you come to school here as a freshman, as an 18-year-old boy, and you become a 22-year-old man when you leave, and you go through Barry Alvarez and Brett Bielema, it gets into your blood, and it becomes a fabric of your identity that's stronger than maybe anything else. And I think that's why there's such a connection with alumni who went to school here or who played here, and there's so much passion in getting this thing right because it is so important, and it's not a thing that you just would cut and run from and be like, well, I guess I'm just not a Badger fan right now. Like, we're always going to be Badger fans. We're always going to have pride in who we are and what our university is and what our football and basketball teams are doing and hockey and all the other sports. Like, that's why we want it to be good. That's why it's so important to us. And so I think we're willing to do those things. And I think that's why it's like, hey, what can we do tangibly besides having the NCAA change the rule book and having some type of salary cap that can make a difference, that can get us back to our rightful place as one of the powerhouses in college football?
Yeah, and the salary cap thing is a defeatist attitude. I'm glad you said it that way because that's assuming we're going to be not as good as we should be forever. I would rather, like, it's like when people say the Dodgers are bad for baseball. No, the Pirates are bad for baseball. The Dodgers should be the example. Like, we shouldn't want a salary cap to lessen the other schools. We should want our school to raise so much money and have so much power in a positive way that we have no limitations.
Oh, Jason's shaking his head. Jason doesn't like
What?
that.
Go ahead,
I just don't think that's realistic, though. I mean, I think it's great to have that mentality as Badger fans. Like, yeah, we can do it. We can raise more money. We can put more money into NIL and be competitive with all these other schools. But I'm not sure that's completely realistic. I think we can get a lot closer than we are right now, certainly. But I do think ultimately it will be nice for competitive balance. And maybe it's not a salary cap to bring the haves down. Maybe it's more of a revenue sharing type thing that brings the have-nots up. And so it's more of an equal playing field, my opinion.
My only counter to the counter on that is
that in double negative? The counter to the
No,
counter?
here's what I would
Triple
say.
dog dare you.
Okay.
So when you think about NIL across the country, a lot of times you think about the money to get quarterbacks and receivers and pass rushers and running backs. You don't think about it to get Joe Thomas and Mark Tauscher. What I'm saying is let's actually invest in our strengths instead of our weaknesses. And instead of thinking about who our next quarterback is and who our next running back and wide receiver, let's make the offensive line, like it's always been, so unbelievably good. And let's spend our money there that you can have a B-level quarterback be totally sufficient because he has one split second more to throw the football.
I love that. Reallocation of the resources. That's something that you can tangibly do without having to raise a ton more money. Yeah, do we want more money? Of course. But, hey, instead of spending it poorly, we're going to spend it wisely on the things that have always been.
Stop biting your lip. Speak. I can see you're just biting it.
I
Go.
like that.
You're all mad. Go.
I'll co-sign on that.
I thought earlier Joe made a really good point about Wisconsin in-state recruits, which is you still have to pay them the competitive going rate. I don't think, as much as I love you guys, I don't think that where the program currently sits, that a kid that goes to Bayport or a kid that goes to Muskego is necessarily as nostalgic about the University of Wisconsin as a kid who got his first stuffed Bucky Badger when he was 4 years old, like me, who always dreamed of going there, not as a football player, obviously. So the money is going to matter even for in-state recruits. And Joe said that the idea would be the tie goes to keep it, to stay in at home, to make it that appealing. I love everything you're saying. I just think that and I'm not going to pretend to understand all kids that are high school students today, but I don't know if there is the same pull for them. I'm sure for some of them there are. Others, I want to go to the highest bidder.
Right, but Jason, okay. So, but Jason, there's going to be two things that I will predict right now that will serve, in essence, as Moneyball for college sports, and in this case, college football. So let's define
now
Moneyball.
You're speaking Wildy's language.
You are indeed.
No,
yes.
Moneyball is not the Oakland A's. Moneyball is finding value where others don't. So there's going to be two ways of doing it. Option A, actually not having a quick trigger finger, which Wisconsin is trying, right? Someone is going to find value in actually staying with the regime longer than fans and alumni and media think they should. That's an easy one. Option 2 is a little bit different. Option 2 is going to run an offensive system that no one else runs nor would steal players from. In other words,
telling me you want to go wing T or veer option like Don Morton did?
Don Morton.
Are you telling me you want to go veer option?
Fear the
Tausch,
veer.
Yes.
Someone will find value
in
saying, let's run, in essence, a wishbone. Let's just use that as an example. Where other schools will say, no, listen to me.
I'm listening.
Where other schools, I don't think you're listening.
Listening,
I think
Dad. Stop yelling at me.
It seemed like you're listening.
Where somehow, some way, there will be a university and a football program that will say, we want to run something where no other school even tries to take our players because they don't run what they are able to run. That if we have the best offensive lineman and we're doing the old Belichick against the Bills on Monday Night Football a few years ago and running the ball 46 of 49 times and boring you to death, but we score more points than the other team, someone will ultimately find value in that.
It's like you listened to my 4-part Netflix series from Saturday.
Is that what you said?
I said we need to zig when everybody else zags. Because it was already 2 minutes long and Instagram told me nobody's going to watch this if it goes any further. I didn't get into the Belichick examples. But thank you, Evan, for being on the show because you're a Patriots guy and you understand what has Belichick always been the best at is finding value where other people don't.
You got Tom Brady as his quarterback and he can't win jack without him.
I get that. But, all right, outside of that.
He's doing a great job at UNC doing that,
when everybody
by the
was
way.
3-4.
Yeah.
3-4 when everybody was 4-3. Doing things differently so that you can find guys that have value that other people maybe don't want and build a system and a structure and a program around those guys. I mean, it's not that far off from what Alvy was doing, right?
Exactly.
We were round and pound. We were physical, tough-nosed, hard-working dudes from the Midwest and the East Coast. And, there wasn't a lot of value in those players to other people. Now, you got to pay a little bit more for them now, but you can build a roster that leans into that strength and then recruit and pay those guys that maybe other schools aren't willing to pay as much. And so you can find value in those guys and win with maybe 10, 15, 20% less NIL money than some of those other big schools. I love that idea. That was my idea.
And here's another place you could find value where others don't. Start knocking on the doors of the other sports and see if you can use any of their players that they already budgeted for on your team.
That might be a harder stretch. I'm going to be totally honest.
Why? Chris Chambers. What was Chris Chambers?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but they recruited him as a football player. I mean, I was football track, Chambers football track, Jonathan
football
Taylor.
Could use Brad Davison at quarterback this year.
We were football players first, and I don't think we're sliding under the radar, and nowadays.
Just saying.
Michael Bennett, football, and then also did track. It's not like there's all these dudes
Reggie Torian
paid a bunch of money. Yeah, exactly. Paid a bunch of money in all these other sports that nobody knew they were good football players that were, we're going to get this $1 million sprinter from the Badgers to come out for the football team. Sorry, that's a bad take, Evan. I like that we're brainstorming here, but I don't think that one's going to work.
And they can play their games in fantasy land. All right, Evan, safe travels to Madison.
Thank you.
Enjoy your late night.
You want? So Joe and I were just talking. Do you want us to leave our holiday cards here for you?
That's a great point.
Or do you want us to mail them to you? Because I know how interested you are. Just because we're here and you're coming in a couple of days, how would you like that? We try to share our lives with you. You tell us to shred it and you don't care? Look you've sent Joe out. That's how upset he is.
Joe left.
That make it make sense to me, Evco. Okay. He can't. Or he hung up.
Did he hang up?
I don't know.
It appears Evan froze. Yeah.
All right. I'm better.
You going to be all right?
I'm better, guys.
Okay, let's get you a beef stick over break here.
Thank you. That's what I need right now.
All right, that was Evan Cohen, who had no real response. So the timing there, troubling to say the least.
Maybe he hung up. Yeah, maybe he hung up.
I don't know what happened there. We need to continue on. We've lost complete control of the show, so it feels like a good time for me to tell you about one of our favorite things to do this time of year. It's time again for your chance to win Kringle for a year. It's the jingle for your Kringle contest. It's back. Presented by Racine Danish Kringles. This is your chance to let your creative juices flow and deliver a musical performance and potentially win Kringle for a year. Now, remember, our one rule, in addition to it having to be under 60 seconds, is you have to include the line, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. Submit your entry and find contest rules at our new website, jingleforyourkringle.com. That's right, jingleforyourkringle.com. Jingle for Your Kringle, brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. 800-4Danish or kringle.com to order this holiday season. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson for Madison School and Community Recreation. Looking for something fun to do this winter? Well, let me tell you, get your friends together and join MSCR on the courts. Madison School and Community Recreation adult winter volleyball and basketball leagues are open for registration right now. And I know, it's early. These leagues start in January. You think we got plenty of time to sign up. Well, Thanksgiving's just around the corner. The holidays after that, you're going to get real busy here real quick. So get in touch with all your friends right now and talk about signing up right now for Madison School and Community Recreation's adult winter volleyball and basketball leagues. Men's, women's, and all gender leagues are forming with games starting in early January at gyms all around Madison, so you can pick whatever is best for you. MSCR leagues are all about community connection and having a great time. So no matter your skill level, you can sign up today at mscrsportsleagues.org. Again, that website, mscrsportsleagues.org.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Their Black Friday mattress sale is on now. Save up to $900 on top brands and get 60 months 0% financing only at Steinhoffels and steinhoffels.com.
A snapback to reality for Wisconsin as they fell to number 2 Indiana. A strong first half showing was undone by a brutal second half stretch that included a lost fumble, an interception, and 3 Fernando Mendoza touchdown passes. UW's offense also only mustered 23 total yards after the break. The Badgers now look to bounce back this weekend against Illinois. Kickoff is slated for 6:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin.
Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Hold on, I don't wanna know what it's like when you're gone. I don't wanna move on. I don't wanna know what it's like when you're gone for good. You're slipping through my fingertips a little bit by a little bit. I didn't know the love of you was the happiest.
Thanks to Evan Cohen.
So just correct me if I'm wrong here, fellas. You know, we're all Wisconsin alum. We all want this program and this football team.
I'm not.
It's true.
I wasn't talking.
Just,
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I meant Joe, myself, Jason, and Evan.
I'll go back here.
Boy, you just got to make it about. Oh, I don't like
Well,
attention.
you said fellas. I thought I was one of the
okay,
fellas.
Bradley aside. So Evan Cohen wants to go and run the veer option with cross-country wrestlers and crew? That was what I took from his appearance on our show.
That was the danger of having a really good, high-quality take,
And he went
then
just too far.
following it with a joke.
It's
because
hard.
that's what it was.
No, he wasn't He wasn't joking, though.
I believe he was.
We
There's
need
no
Reggie
way.
Torian.
Just wait a
There's
second.
no
You
way he
think
could have
he
been
was
serious.
joking?
I know he's thought about it. I mean, that's what he does for a living is
Yes.
think about sports and talk about it. So he had to have thought about that before he said it, but that makes no sense
I
whatsoever.
think, like a lot of times, and this happens to me too, you'll start talking, and it's so long. You got 3 hours.
Just keep going.
And you just keep going, and you're
There's
like,
no filter.
maybe I went too far, and then you can always kind of bring it back. He didn't have time. He got froze. He can't think that that's a good idea.
Carter Smith or Nolan Winter at quarterback for the final 2 games.
I'm not sure who he's going to identify as this player that we're spending a lot of money on NIL and another sport that also happens to be some fantastic football player.
Yeah, I mean,
We should ask
Ronaldo
him.
Nehemiah.
Yeah, well, let's ask him on Friday.
I'll have go.
You guys can have that conversation at dinner. We will get to the 11 o'clock hour.
FaceTime?
Well, I
Way
guess
too
you guys
late, yeah.
won't because you won't be there either. We will get to the 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch coming up. Joe, you're still sticking around for a whole nother hour, aren't you?
Well, I'm not sure about an hour, but at least 42 more minutes
42
till
more
noon.
minutes.
Then I got some hot dates at Gotham Bagels. Got to go get my Sammy that
yeah.
Joey Bagels fired up for me.
Can't wait. I can't wait to be back in Madison for that. You can't wait for the new season of Behind the Bucks, the podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Locked In, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson, takes you inside the team's pursuit of another championship. You'll hear from the Bucks stars on how competition is building, the chemistry, and fueling another run to win it all. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. More Wilde and Tausch with Joe Thomas as the 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. Stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. Milwaukee Bucks fall 118-106 last night on the road against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the big news from the game, Giannis left in the first half with a left groin injury and did not return. His status remains uncertain moving forward. The Bucks host the Philadelphia 76ers next up Thursday night at Fiserv Forum. Tip time set for 7 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. Better news last night for Wisconsin men's basketball. The 23rd-ranked Badgers defeated SIU Edwardsville 94-69 at the Kohl Center. Wisconsin 4-0 to begin the season. Big test coming up on Friday. Their next game in action out west in Salt Lake City. A rematch of the second round of last year's NCAA tournament, 23rd-ranked Wisconsin and number 9 BYU. That game tips at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon, streaming exclusively on Peacock. Plenty more Packers and Badgers conversation with Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas in on Wilde and Tausch next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, starring Joe Thomas and Barb's favorite member of the cast, Jesse Nelson. Jesse, you have Joe Thomas in your studio in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. It is Tuesday.
Oh, you do a little power ranking?
Do you intend to do the power rankings, even with Mr. Hall of Fame Beef, the meat guy,
Meet Santa.
as a guest?
Meet Santa.
Meet Santa is what he likes to be known.
Wetter
as.
the better. Meet Santa.
We had to do that again. All right.
It's not my tagline.
So we've reviewed the Packers with Joe Thomas. We've reviewed the Badgers with Joe Thomas. I think it'd be great to get his thoughts on some of the top teams in the National Football League and how the Green Bay Packers stack up against them. And what better way to do it than with this week's ESPN NFL Nation Power Rankings? Huh? How about it?
It's a good idea, Jesse.
Even got this special music ready to go.
I keep forgetting that we have to continue to pat you on the back and make sure that you're...
Well, Barb wants us
wants us to make sure you're happy.
Barb appreciates that, as do I. Joe Thomas, entering Week 12 of the NFL season, who do you believe is the best team in the National Football League?
You know, I'm going to put my Hall of Fame beef hat on this week's leader in the clubhouse in the Joe Thomas Hall of Fame beef NFL Power Rankings, and it is none other than the Indianapolis Colts, led by Wisconsin legend Jonathan Taylor. Just saw them a couple weeks ago in Berlin, Germany.
He should be the MVP.
They are a complete team.
He should be the MVP.
I hope he will. And it's a good year for it because there's not a clear favorite right now at quarterback.
I agree,
though.
but you know they won't give it to him.
I don't know if he keeps up, but this makes in overtime. He ripped off like a 60-yard touchdown run. He over 250-some yards rushing. Like, he's leading that offense. Obviously, Daniel Jones is doing a good job. Shane Steichen, their quarterback, had him in Cleveland. Their head coach, offensive coordinator, he's doing a great job setting them up for success on offense. Defense is playing tough. So I think that's a team that's well-balanced and well-situated for a long run as my best team in the NFL.
Wow. Okay, then who do you have? I like this better than the ESPN NFL Nation rankings. Who do you have as the second best team in the National Football
Wait a
League?
minute. Does ESPN agree with Joe or not?
They do not, but I don't want to spoil it.
I understand. Just wanted to make sure we
for the
knew
record,
what was going on here.
Joe's, he's been over watching games. It's not the Colts. The Los Angeles Rams are the best team in football right now.
Well, now you're stealing my second point here.
Well, no, they're the best team in football right now. Just beat the Seahawks.
Barely.
They had Philadelphia on the ropes. Their quarterback's playing at a really high level. Their defense is good. Their coach is really good. The Rams are the best team in football right now.
Joe, where do you have the Rams? Are they your second best team then?
Well, I actually do have them as my second best team. Love Matt Stafford. I love a veteran presence at quarterback, a guy that's been there. The moment will never get too big for him. Sean McVay, same thing. Smart mind, can tailor his game plan each week to be able to beat the team that he's playing. They can morph from doing something on offense or defense and completely change. Back to the old Belichick days with the Patriots. You don't know exactly what you're going to get from him, but what you do know is solid, steady play at the quarterback position. He can throw the ball and score points with any team in the NFL. They're a very fundamentally sound defense. They don't make mistakes on special teams. And so I like the Rams. I think they're my second best team.
So is the panel in agreement? The Rams are the best team in the NFC. The Colts are the best team in the AFC?
No, I think right now, as we look at it, the New England Patriots are the best team in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Buffalo. Their defense, led with Mike Vrabel, is really good. And I always look when things are kind of muddied and it's like, oh, well, who do you like better here? Who do I trust and want at quarterback more? Drake May is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. I trust him more. I think he's better. And it's not by a large margin, but New England's got the pelts. They're going to win their division. Indy's going to win their division. I don't think either of those two teams will go to the Super Bowl.
I think you made a great point. Who do I trust more? But I actually trust Daniel Jones more than Drake May.
Okay.
Drake May, young player, ascending. We haven't yet seen the second iteration of Drake May, and I say this a lot about young quarterbacks. A lot of times they come in, they play pretty well, but then as that book on them starts stacking up, you start getting all that film, you start getting those tendencies, and then defenses start to pivot. And they start saying, okay, we're going to take away the things that you do pretty well, make you beat us with your weakness. We haven't yet seen what that is from Drake May, but it's coming. And we got to see that second evolution and see where he's going. Whereas Daniel Jones, one, it's not all on him on offense, obviously with Jonathan Taylor, but he's been through a lot more firefights than Drake May has. And he's a guy that I would trust more because he's not feeling like he has all the pressure on him right now. And he doesn't feel like he has to make all those plays, and he knows what it feels like to go through the ups and downs of an NFL career.
So I'm going to make a counterpoint to your counterpoint.
Wait, two counterpoints?
Did we watch
This is how
the
we get off the
Pittsburgh
clock.
Steelers Indianapolis Colts game a couple weeks ago? Big game. Pittsburgh's leading their division.
I believe I was in Germany.
I think he had 5
I had
or
a
6.
volleyball
I think
match
he had
that
5 or
afternoon.
6
I watched much of
turnovers.
that
I think I had to drink some Hellas beer with some Germans.
And that is fantastic. I still don't know how those waitresses hold all those mugs. It's
a lot of practice. Like I tell my
But I'm
kids, you can get it
talking, like,
better
could
at
you do
anything
that?
with practice. Oh, I think you and I could. I mean, there's a technique to it, but it is cool.
How
seeing
many
it.
of those steins do they hold them?
There's a technique to everything in life. I think they're holding like 16 or
It is
something. It's a lot.
substantial amount
That's
of
cool.
stein.
A lot of steins.
So we don't know about
Yeah.
Drake May. And listen, man, young quarterbacks, high pressure, we don't know how they're going to. We've seen the movie with Daniel Jones. It's never ended well.
New situation, though. I feel like
Well,
this
we
is
shall see.
the next revolution of Daniel Jones' greatness. If there was a first revolution.
It's a very limited revolution, but
That one playoff game against Minnesota.
That was great.
Yep, he was good.
Jason, anything
could
you'd like to
forget?
add before we review where the Packers land in the rankings?
Nope.
All right.
Because it's 11:28.
Number 1, the Rams. This is according to ESPN's NFL Nation. Number 1, the Rams.
Yeah, they're right this week.
Number 2, the Eagles.
Offensively, that team is they're not going to win the way they're playing offense.
That's why their offensive coordinator is the person on the hot seat.
Number 3, the Patriots. Number 4, the Colts. So ESPN has the Patriots ahead of the Colts. They agree with Tausch.
No.
All it took was Joe being here. Now they agree with you on all the rankings.
It's weird how that works.
Yeah. Number 5, the Denver Broncos.
Offensively, be worried, but that defense is stout.
6, Bills. 7, Seahawks.
Seahawks, kind of similar. I look at Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold very similarly. Very good regular season. They've been able to do some really good stuff.
Vikings could use both of them about now.
Or Rodgers. Vikings made a faux pas. I told you that they made a faux pas, and they're starting to feel it. Justin Jefferson's letting them know it. Vikings. Quarterback position. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just going to ask, who do you trust more, Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones? Because I totally see him the same way. Really?
I do.
See, I feel like Sam Darnold, in every big moment he's had in his career, he's stumbled, but not even just a little bit, like mightily.
Yeah, I'm
okay,
not
that's fine. That's your opinion.
No, I'm not going to sit and I'm not going to burn at the stake on that one. But as far as looking,
don't burn my steaks.
You can't, right?
Keep
because
them moist.
You don't even barely
you
put them on
keep them moist.
Yeah.
Just a little.
You got to keep it.
On both
the wetter,
sides.
the better.
That's right.
That's what I hear. Number 8, the Lions. Number 9, the 49ers. Number 10, the Buccaneers. Those are all NFC teams ahead of number 11, the Green Bay Packers, down another spot from number 10 last week. 11, the Green Bay Packers. And if you're keeping track, that's so we got the Rams, Eagles, Seahawks,
It's funny,
Lions,
the Bears are nowhere to be found in that. They're ahead
Niners,
of us.
Bucks. Packers are the 7th ranked NFC team, right ahead of the Bears at number 12.
Joe,
Division leading Bears.
Joe, I'm going to float a theory at you, and I want you to let me know what you think.
I love a theory.
It's theory time with old T. This season, with all of those teams Jesse just said, and I think the Rams have elevated themselves that I think they are the best. Then I think there's a lot of really good teams when they're playing their best, can beat anybody, and when they aren't, they can get beat. Detroit, Philly, Green Bay, Tampa, all of the teams Jesse just mentioned, San Fran. This 1 seed and not having to play in that first round in the NFC this year is the most important 1 seed in the history of football. You'll get both games at home. Everything is so tight that you not having to play in that first round. That first round, typically, if you're a 2 seed versus 7, you look at it and say, oh, yeah. Should be no problem. The only 7 to ever do it has been Green Bay beating Dallas. This year, you make an argument that if Philly has to play San Fran or Seattle, they ain't feeling great about that. Now, would they win? Maybe. But this is the year with how everything is bundled so tightly, like a Hall of Fame beef package.
Toy, like a toy.
You need to get that 1 seed.
A little hyperbole there. I think the most important ever. Yeah, I think it's important because then you have to play fewer games. Obviously, you get the home games. But very important.
Okay.
I'll agree 99%. Okay, 99%.
Come on in. The water's warm.
I like that. All right,
yes, there we
I'm
go.
on board. Let's
the
go.
Water's warm.
Yeah, baby. Great take.
Well, the water.
Thank you.
The water is warm in your brand new shower from Kohler Services. Am I right?
It is. If you are looking for a new shower or bath and you're looking to get a remodel, Kohler Services is the group for you. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer, providing care for life. And this month only, you get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel. 0 interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote. Fast professional installation is always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
More with Joe Thomas. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app, whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew. Let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Played like a pro but felt like an amateur? Twisted your ankle or jammed a finger under the Friday night lights? At Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic has you covered. Skip the emergency room circus, dodge the waiting room sitcom, and get expert care from the pros who actually know sports injuries. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Walk into their location off the Beltline and get back in the game. Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, your comeback starts here.
There's a lot to be thankful for this season at Metro Ford of Madison. Get the 2025 Ford F-150 STX, now available with 2.9% APR for 66 months. That's just $16.64 per $1,000 financed. Or if leasing's your style, drive home the F-150 STX for just $299 a month with $3,859 due at signing for 36 months. Don't wait. These thankful offers end November 19th. Find your next Ford today at MetroFordofMadison.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
All right, Joe, we have thoroughly enjoyed our time, but my management of the clock during your time with us has been suboptimal. I'm sure you're accustomed to that. I'm sure there were some times when the clock management in Cleveland wasn't very good. I'm curious.
Dang. Taking strays.
Well, it's
facts.
Right.
Okay, they're facts.
I do have
Still
truth
strays.
as a defense. But Matt LaFleur in the power rankings ESPN did, they have the person who is on the hot seats for each of the 32 teams. That's why I mentioned the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, because he was their writer's pick. Rob Tomovsky picked Matt LaFleur. Is Matt LaFleur on the hot seat in your mind, and should he be?
No way. I think he's done a fantastic job. He's doing a good job developing your most important asset in the whole entire franchise with Jordan Love. I think he's brought a creative offense that works. He's been able to adjust a little bit what he wants to do to Josh Jacobs. Sure, they're probably not reaching expectations exactly right now, but that's the ebb and flow of the season. I think he's proven long enough that he's a great coach and he's a great leader, and there's no way, especially a stable franchise like the Packers, it's not like this is the Titans or like one of these goofy owners that wakes up one morning. The Browns have been more stable lately. I will say that.
Right.
They've stuck with their guy.
Look at you.
But if you got one of those goofy owners that, wakes up one morning and somebody pissed in his Cheerios and he's like, we got to get rid of everybody. Fire them all. That thinks kind of like a fan when they get pissed off. What are the thing I can control? Well, get mad, yell at everybody, and fire everybody, right? The Packers don't have that. He's not on the hot seat.
I think that there are a lot of Packers fans who disagree with you, but I personally would agree.
I think you're talking about the Packers franchise, and yes, stability has been everything, right? That was under Mark Murphy. It was under Bob Harlan. New executive decided not to extend Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's okay. Light that fire. I'm okay with that. Put the pressure on
let's
him.
say that Green Bay goes and loses in the first round of the playoffs again. Now he's got a 1 year. He's left with a 1 year deal. Do you extend him, give him the 5 years, or what do you do if you're at policy?
Well, I think you extend him because there's a very, very strong chance that he has a great season next year. Now he's a free agent.
Yeah, and coaches don't typically go to free agency.
You never see it. Now, I mean, the money thing's not a big deal with coaches because teams are making so much money, and it doesn't count against the salary cap.
Yep.
They can pay them whatever they want, but still, that's a bad look as a franchise and for the players when your coach is out there selling himself.
Yeah, and
on the
he
street.
would never allow himself to be a lame duck, I wouldn't think. I would think Matt LaFleur is going to either say extend me or not. It would be
fire me or extend me.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't think it gets to that, but I think he's a great coach, and I know Packers fans are disappointed right now, but I mean, he's taking this team to the playoffs. He's making most of the right decisions. He's doing the things that are the most important, putting together a team that plays well together. Fundamentals have been a little sloppy on offense this year, but it's the NFL. Right? There's ups and downs with every team, even teams that win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything's always perfect, and there's times in the season when the fans are pissed at the coach. That's just totally normal.
Jason,
I get it.
Quick follow-up for you
ahead.
guys. Because my argument has been if they make the playoffs and whether they win a first-round game, lose a first-round game, my suggestion is he doesn't want lame ducks. He doesn't want to give 5-year extension. If the Packers came to Matt LaFleur and Goody and said, hey, Ed Policy says, look, I don't want you guys to be lame ducks, but what we did this year was not good enough. I'd like to extend you each by 1 more year. So you're not in a lame duck season. You're not in a walk season. You will have another year. And, of course, if you do get fired, you get paid that money. Would you, if you're Matt LaFleur, do you take that or do you say, you know what? I want to bet on myself. I'd rather be a free agent after this season if you think what I'm doing isn't good enough.
I think that's maybe your bluff, but I don't know if coaches
pass up money.
do that, right? Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be sitting there talking in front of the team without a contract the next season. Like It's just too much of a distraction as a head coach. You don't want that. As a head coach, they are masters of eliminating distractions around them. They hardly do anything that doesn't have a direct correlation to helping their team win in that moment. And you don't want that hanging over your head. And I think he takes the 1 year, even if maybe there's something written in there about, out clauses and things of that nature. But there's no way I think he would just say, nah, I'm good. I'm going to play it out and see what happens.
And it's very difficult standing in front of a room, especially if you get off to a slow start and players looking at it and saying, I don't even know if this guy's going to be here.
Yeah, how are you going to get you guys to play for you? You don't want to be in that position as a head coach.
To get as a coach. First off, it's hard enough as a coach to get 53 guys to buy into roles and everything else.
A lot more money than you.
And they're going to look at it and say, you give anybody any reason to not believe or trust in what you're trying to do, that is very much business negligence, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would certainly agree. All right, Barb's favorite part of the program will have to be abbreviated.
Did she say that?
Today.
Did she say Barb's favorite part of the program?
Well, no, I just assume if Jesse's her favorite member of the cast, then his portion of the program would be her favorite.
I would think anytime Jesse is, the numbers game, whatever it is, but
don't play that.
We do need to hear your great question that you asked, that Vinny and the boys on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning told me, make sure you tell Will the attaboy. You must have elicited a great response from Matt LaFleur yesterday. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I know Jesse.
Okay, that's good.
I know Jesse asked a question of Barry Alvarez.
He wanted to slap me.
He said he wanted to slap him.
So
I
who
think
asked
that's
the better
question we probably need to
We
play.
could do a Who Did It Better? Us Weekly style.
We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers, it's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice, Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch, Neutral, flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 6 years.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 11/30/2025.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Mallory Hartwig, from the state champion Sauk Prairie Eagles. How does that sound?
It's amazing. I love being a part of this team. I love the program. It's really great.
And then when you look back on your time at Sauk Prairie, obviously this is a big moment, but what do you remember most about the school community?
I think just the connections I've made, the friends, the family I've grown over the years. Even though I did grow up in Pennsylvania for my childhood, I've been here since middle school. So I think that's a big part of it, just keeping, even though I am going super far away for college, just keeping those connections and keeping those friends. So when I do come back, I know I have that support here.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, you can get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Well, Vinny and Eric and Pancake on Wisconsin's Morning News on 620 WTMJ. We'll have to wait till tomorrow to get to my question, which I had so many good questions yesterday. I don't even know which one they're talking about.
That's how you're spinning it.
And then there was, of course, the one where it appeared that maybe the camera operator fell asleep during my question. So instead,
that's a long day for those camera people.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Tausch, you're carrying water for the cameraman's union. Great
well,
job
no,
there, buddy.
I'm laughing because we all know Jason. You like asking long questions.
I like getting
He's
good
a
answers.
detailed man.
Jesse asked a question, though, of Coach Alvarez yesterday.
This will go well.
Without further ado, I turn it over to Barb's favorite cast member.
Do you think that Coach Fickle can get Wisconsin to where Coach Bielema has Illinois right now?
I don't see why not. We've been there before. I mean, it's not like it's uncharted territory. You know, we've been to the top of the league. We've beaten everyone in the league. You know, I don't think Luke's intimidated by Ohio State or Michigan or Penn State or Oregon or anyone else. But you got to go do it. But we have done it before. It's not like it's impossible. You know, you're taking a team that's never won before and expect them to win the league. This school's been to the Rose Bowl. It's won the league. It's had success before. So you know it's done. But to me, it all starts with keeping those kids in Wisconsin at home. You know, if you have 8 good ones, 8 guy Division I players, those 8 have to play for us. Okay? Because they can play for anybody, or you're going to end up playing against them. And so if you want to do that, that's where it starts.
Guys, you think that Coach Fickle can get Wisconsin to where Illinois is now with Coach Bielema and surpass it?
Absolutely where Illinois is, for sure. I mean, if he could get there, he could get to the next level too. But, you know, to get there is going to take some work, and we got to recruit the state, and we got to keep those guys in the state, as Coach said, and then we got to pull the right pieces together.
I would hope that our expectation would be no, Illinois has not done what Wisconsin's done. Like what in the hell?
Question, bro.
Like no,
That's
we
almost
go back
a
to where we
humiliating
were.
Question. That's actually an embarrassing question.
Yeah,
humiliating.
I don't like it, Jesse.
Yeah, but did he say?
If I
Did he
was
say
there,
what
I'd slap
Wisconsin?
you, Jesse.
Oh my goodness.
Notice till
Wow!
That went a long time. It turned quick.
Yeah, yeah. He gave like a serious answer, and then the next thing you know, he's saying he's going to slap you.
I think he was so surprised that somebody would have the gall,
the temerity.
Yeah, look
to
at
be
you.
able to ask such a
I
humiliating and
when I
embarrassing
followed up
question.
what they were running on top of it, I said, am I wrong? Is Illinois not a level above what Wisconsin's been the last couple of years?
Yeah, but you don't aspire to be 4-3 in the conference right now, which is where they are. Like, I understand they're better than us right now, but that's not where Wisconsin wants to be. We want to be at the top of the league.
Is Barry good with Bielema?
He said yes. He said obviously the ending was.
That is not what I asked.
Is what?
No, I know what he said.
No, okay. I would tell you this. Brett and Barry, I think there was obviously some consternation at those two are in a good place.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what
Yes.
I wanted to know.
He told stories about how they would go on walks at noon every day.
Yeah,
when
that was
Bielema
when he was here.
the
I'm saying
coach
there
and-
was a cold stretch.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
And now those two get along fine.
yes, he said last night they're in a good spot. Yes.
Now Jason does not. He's still blocked.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with him blocking me. I'm also okay with Reggie Miller because I don't really want to say anything from Reggie Miller either. Tausch, what I do want to see is you telling me about Prize Picks.
Yeah, and I'm still irritated about Sunday with Jordan Love not getting that 9th yard rushing. That was irritating. Josh Jacobs, why didn't we review if he scored the touchdown? If he does, Old T would have been cashing in, but Prize Picks is still a really fun way to play. It's as simple as it gets. All you do, pick more or less on 2 players, get them right, cash in. They also, Prize Picks has stacks. Pick the same player up to 3 times in one lineup. You want more on Giannis's points? Well, I'd hold off on that. But the good news is, if you do have a player like Giannis who gets injured, you got injury reboots. Your player leaves in the first half, which Giannis did. doesn't return, it won't count as a loss. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Again, that is code WI on Prize Picks. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
We'll wrap things up with the meat guy, the meat Santa, Joe Thomas. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Want to pay off this year's renter mortgage? Feel like a real estate mogul at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison during November's Live for Free promotion. Starting at 4 p.m. on Saturday, November 29th, 24 winners will each spin the wheel for a cash prize of up to $5,000. Then at 8 p.m., one grand prize winner will pocket $25,000 in cash to use toward their renter mortgage. This could be your chance, but you have to be here. Live it up this November and go to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today.
A snapback to reality for Wisconsin as they fell to number 2 Indiana. A strong first half showing was undone by a brutal second half stretch that included a lost fumble, an interception, and 3 Fernando Mendoza touchdown passes. UW's offense also only mustered 23 total yards after the break. The Badgers now look to bounce back this weekend against Illinois. Kickoff is slated for 6:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network.
Get a whole house of new Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% financing for up to 6 years.
Wow. Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Visit PellaWI.com today.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The Don of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by 2 of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterback.
I like defensive ends.
Hey,
I really like defensive
someone
ends.
didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Sala, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There's a lot to be thankful for this season at Metro Ford of Madison. Get the 2025 Ford F-150 STX now available with 2.9% APR for 66 months. That's just $16.64 per $1,000 finance. Or if leasing's your style, drive home the F-150 STX for just $299 a month with $3,859 due at signing for 36 months. Don't wait. These thankful offers end November 19th. Find your next Ford today at MetroFordofMadison.com.
The Don has spoken.
This is not a program that you have to turn around. This is not a rebuild program. This is a program that has won, has been winning.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
All right, we're out of time, Joe Thomas has to get over to Gotham Bagels and pick me up my salt bagels that I like.
Oh, you and me both, brother.
I am on HallOfFameBeef.com right now. You can see the beautiful Thomas family. You can see the new package that, what is it again? Meat Santa has put together.
Yeah, the Vortex Deer
with
Camp
Vortex.
box, limited release. I think we've got like 60 left right now. I just checked our inventory. We only made 100. And, yeah, I mean, it's a great value. If you add up all those pieces and then what you're paying for it is about 50% of what it's all worth.
The Deer Camp box is available there. I personally have moved into the Hall of Fame bundles section of the website because I need to order more sticks.
What
and
are you?
everything
Oh, you're a
else.
big stick guy.
That apple cheddar beef stick is the best beef stick I've ever had, and I am a big fan of those. So that's on my
My
order
kids
list.
agree.
And I've got my hat, so that's the most important thing. All right, Joe, thank you for your time, my friend. We appreciate you. Text us anytime you want to come on again.
Guys, I love this. I completely ignore all other texts to go on shows, and even when people are like, "We'll pay you," I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that. I want to do what I want to do."
Good news is we never offer that. You actually break
that's no problem because I just want to do stuff that's fun. If I'm not on the farm or with my kids, I want to do fun stuff, and it's always fun when I get to come.
We
and hang out with you
appreciate
guys.
you,
So
Joe
thank you.
Thomas, you old rascal.
That was all right.
All right, that's it for us today. Back to Barb's favorite star of the show tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin